All right, so this will be the next session of our today's agenda. So this is the fifth day of the Blockchain Community Day conference, and as we promised, we were also having some kind of extra track of marketing, community, and product-related things. And I'm very happy to invite our next speaker, Mariana, who is our second or third times in a row of this conference. Hi, Mariana, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Do you hear me well?
Yes, we can hear you well and we can see you well, and we are very happy to see you again on our stage. So, those of you who are new here, you can also find the previous recordings of Mariana's talks on our website, on our community platform, and on our social media channels. So, please do so if you don't want to miss the previous context of the previous talks, since they are very interesting in terms of interacting with your social media and building your communities. And yeah, before we start, Mariana, just a couple of words about yourself and about your background.
Well, I'm Mariana Inozemtseva. I run Linkify agency where we help founders and executives attract relevant conversations through LinkedIn presence, through posts and comments and other activities. But today I want to talk about how everyone can build such system that attracts relevant people, whether you are a software developer or founder, doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can just try to upload the presentation in the background. And yeah, I'd like to also say that the audience has a lot of misconceptions about working with LinkedIn, working with social media, especially when building their products, especially in Web3. And yeah, will you be doing the uploading of your presentation on your end, or should I do that?
I think I can do it. One moment. Mhm. Just a moment. If you have it ready, I think it will be better because it looks like my system is lagging.
Mm-hmm. Let me just quickly do so. Just a moment. And yeah, I'd like to remind everyone to leave your questions in the chats, in the live chats, wherever you're watching this video, on our social media channels, on the We Are community platform. And closer to the end of the session, we will be going through the questions. And yeah, the presentation is now processing, so it will take just a couple of seconds to bring it to the screen. And we will be good to start.
Great.
Yeah, so the deck is here. Yeah, once you need me to switch the slide, just let me know and I'll be pressing the button. So yeah, the mic is yours.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Great. So, promise before we start, in the next 20 minutes, I'm not going to tell you to build your personal brand, publish posts daily, and leave 500 comments every month. No, this would sound like I'm offering you a second job, basically. And what I want to talk about today is how to build a system that doesn't feel like another job, that feels, well, nice, and the system that brings you results. So, one important thing, I'm not talking about virality or visibility for the sake of visibility, because viral posts don't mean contracts unless you're selling ads on your blog. And I don't work with bloggers. I work with business owners who sell services or products. So we need the right visibility. The idea of the whole thing of this visibility is that when you talk about what you do, about your work, you kind of build a real community of people interested in it. So you don't need to be famous. You don't need to be a blogger. you just will become a key person of interest, someone the right people know, not someone everybody knows. And when you have this community, people from it start recommending you when they need someone like you. You are top of mind. And that comes from people getting to know you as a professional and as a human being. So basically, that's it. So, step one, make your profile reflect your goals. Sounds super easy, but it's actually something where a lot of people forget to do anything, basically.
I'm sorry, Mariana.
Yeah.
Should we switch the slides or?
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, just tell me when you
Yeah.
need me to press the
Mhm.
button. We are on
Uh,
step one now.
yeah. Step one is open your profile on social media where you want to talk about your work. It could be LinkedIn, X, Substack, basically anything. Look at your profile and ask yourself, does my profile match what I really want? Because there's this problem. If profile reads like a CV and you are in fact a founder and business owner, it's not good. And vice versa. If you're looking for a job, but your profile shows a business person, uh, it's not the same, it doesn't fit. So, one you should find this balance. And also, one really important thing about this, about your profile, is that you need visibility even when you already have a job. And if your goal is to find a job, don't stop there. Continue to be visible, continue to share what you're doing, especially if your job is building connections with people like business development, sales, partnerships, because many people um, invest in their online presence, but uh, just until they get to some job. And then full stop. I'm happy to announce that I joined this company and silence. And that's really wrong because next time you will have to start from zero. Next slide, please. Yeah, thank you. Another important thing, don't compare your numbers directly to anyone else's. Let's start with a simple example. When I'm talking about numbers, I mean views and follow count. So let's say you are writing about quantum trading. Your audience is much smaller than if you are writing about personal branding or something, because quantum trading is hard. And that's it. Your audience size will be super niche compared to mega bloggers. And that's okay because you need only relevant people, the people who get what you're talking about. So these numbers, uh, it's always better to compare yourself to yourself than to other people. And here this works perfectly. Look at these slides. They show two screenshots from my clients' profiles from the same month. One person builds on the intersection of blockchain and AI, consumer AI, and the other is in automotive industry. And those two people and those two companies are really different. And one thing that's exactly the same about this is both had really good months. And you see the number of people that reach out to them is different. And that's okay. You know what your goals are. Um, go to the next slide, please. Mhm. So, step two, um, start conversations yourself. As I said before, our goal here is basically talking to relevant people. And you can do that without waiting for them to approve your connection request or for some invitation. No, you can just go to a profile of a person you're interested in and comment on their posts. And here you see these numbers. This is official LinkedIn stats. You can see the same numbers in your profile, like 3 times more profile views is what you get if you publish one comment in a week. And you get 2 times more profile views if you publish one post in a week than people who don't post at all. So basically, comments are more effective in terms of your visibility than your own posts. How to do this commenting thing, talking to people, the easier way. First of all, don't force comments on dull posts from people who irritate you. You normally don't want to talk to people whom you don't like. Then don't. It may sound a bit crazy, but I'm talking about it because I literally every day see these advice of you must leave 30 comments per day to biggest influencers in your niche and so on. And that's crazy. That's a straight road to burnout. Next slide, please. Great thing about commenting on other people's posts and talking to people in the comments is that you don't need a big following on your profile. Other people already built their audience. And as you can see on this screenshot in the corner, my comment got 41,000 views. My profile has about 9,000 followers. And here, 41,000 views. It's really good for LinkedIn. And I actually got a lead from this comment. So, how do comments work? First of all, they work when you are specific. You ask some question, you share your take, you share data, you share your experience, you share something you lived. And what doesn't work? Generic noise, like and AI slop that retells the initial post. That's bad and it doesn't help anyone. And everyone sees that as nice and it doesn't show you as a nice person too. Next slide, please. Yeah. So we finally arrived at publishing actual posts. And before we dive in, I want you to notice something. If you do only the first 2 steps from this talk and nothing else, your profile already starts getting relevant views and you already start getting relevant conversations with people, because step 1 makes sure people who land on your profile see what you actually do. And step 2 gets you in front of the right people regularly through comments. Together, these 2 are enough to start inbound conversations. This works on any platform: LinkedIn, X, YouTube, Substack. It even works on Telegram, where you might have your own channel with like 20 followers and next to no organic distribution. It's virtually impossible to go viral on Telegram like you can on TikTok. Next slide, please. So, post ideas. Source number 1, meet further. He is the founder of DMaple, a stablecoin money transfer company. He's not a LinkedIn personality. He doesn't do hot takes. He builds product. That intro post reactivated his connections and brought in connection requests from the right kind of people. Because in this post, he just shared what he do, what does Timapple do, and how this can help other business owners. That's it. That, that easy. Um, Actually, your professional news and your personal milestones are the easiest topic you can write about because you don't need to research anything. You just know yourself, your business, your product, your role, everything. Um, so you can start with a reintroductory post like, I haven't been to X for half a year. Here's what I'm doing right now. That's it. Who you are, what you do, how you could help others. And this will work. Doesn't matter if you have 100 followers or 20,000 followers. Uh, Next slide, please. So, how do you identify these things? All these news of I'm thrilled to announce. Uh, People can laugh at these. I'm thrilled, but it works. Even in these mimetic words, it does work. Um, there are 6 buckets you see on this slide. Um, you don't have to use all of them, but normally you can have at least one each week, something happening at your workplace. And the trick really is recognizing something from everything that's happening around you as that's worth a post, that's worth sharing. To help you with that, you can set up a notification in your AI agent or simply in your calendar that asks you a set of questions about, are you going to some events this week or this month? Have you been to some interesting place? Maybe there was a challenge work related, or maybe something personal. And that's it. And it doesn't take much time. And this helps you stay consistent with your content. Next slide, please. Post ideas, the source number 2. Look at exhibit B, this screenshot. Daria is the CEO of Mira, a leading AI agent on Telegram. Daria's space, agentic AI, is overheated. But there's a hack. Look at the formats that already show good traction among people you want to attract. Not talking about stealing posts. Stealing is bad. Steal ideas. Maybe you know a book, Steal Like an Artist, Steal Inspiration. I don't think about these posts as templates. I think about them as trends or memes because, you know, people use some meme template filled with their own idea, with their own something local, something of their own, and the thing becomes unique in a way. And these trends, like me 10 years ago, um, it's not a template. You write about yourself and you are unique. So I'm sure you've seen this on every social media, and it works in the career sphere just as well. As to this post on the screenshot, what can be easier than breaking down your career path by the biggest milestones, starting with the first money you ever earned, doing something that eventually became your profession? sounds really simple, and it really is simple. With this, you show people your journey and they can learn from you and how your work can help them now. And this works really well. Um, Next slide, please. Here are some trends you can borrow. They're really easy, like my first 3 years as a founder or CEO versus my last 3 years and what changed, and so on. Uh, you might ask how to find these trends. There is an easier way. There is this tool, it's written at the bottom, 2PRIO. It's free and it lets you collect a list of 20 creators and rank their posts by the number of likes or comments. And this way you see what already worked and what's trending right now. This is for LinkedIn. Next slide, please. Mhm. Yeah. Source number 3, industry news. One important thing here is that reporting news as news is what journalists do, and they do it better and faster than other people. But your role in this is the next layer, to interpret what happened and how it will influence your industry. When Figma announced the revenue growth, first quarter, dozens of newsletters covered this number. But this post added the personal view, what it means for design community. And you can share your thoughts about this news, and it may really work really well, because you see here the post got 3,000 views while the author had only 1,000 followers. This is not viral, but this reached people who are interested in this topic. And that's what's important, relevancy. Let's go to the next slide. How to find this news? You can go to Grok with X and find what's trending there in the topic. You can simply copy these easy prompts. You can modify it. You can use it in your codex anywhere. But basically, you use X with Grok and Claude Cowork for pretty much all the news in the world. And also, you probably have other places where you read news like LinkedIn, Substack, your own feeds there. You read something interesting, share it with your friends and connections. Share it publicly and show them that you know what's happening in the industry. Next slide, please. One little thing that can actually change everything in your content creation. This is right as you speak, literally. I use Whisper Flow. It turns my speech into text. It works really nice in all the languages I can speak. And it helps me because when you type, you tend to overthink. When you talk, you just share your thoughts. And if you use this thing, all you have to do is cut off the dull bits, and that's it. You simply talked for 3 minutes and you have a post. Just like if you told a story to a friend. And that way it becomes super easy. Next slide. Mhm. So, the whole system. Step 1, make your profile reflect your goals. Step 2, start conversations in the comments. Step 3, always have something to write about. And step 4, write the way you speak. The result, visibility that turns into the right conversations. Um, if you remember one thing from this talk, I want you to remember this: treat content creation as talking to people whose work you respect, the people you'd want in your network. And this way, content creation stops feeling like sales marketing. It feels like actual human connection. And that's a really beautiful thing, I think. Final slide, please. Um, so thank you. Here you can see links to my blogs on LinkedIn in Russian and on Telegram, or LinkedIn in English and Telegram in Russian. If you have questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Mhm. All right. Thank you so much, Mariana, for bringing all that system into our minds. Since a lot of startup founders, they just post on LinkedIn by their gut feeling and not that deep into the logics of the social media and how it works. And yeah, I think LinkedIn is one of the most specific platforms that we have nowadays, and with the most difficult audience. And let's quickly cover one more question from the live chat. It says, you advise not to compare numbers directly. What should people track instead? Leads, conversations, or profile views?
I try to track everything actually. When I mentioned that you shouldn't compare numbers directly, I meant don't compare your numbers to someone else's, and especially to numbers of mega bloggers who write about like personal development, personal growth, etc. Because um, you know your audience and you know how people in your audience normally react, and people from different industries react differently. So what I mean is we track leads, we track conversations and profile views and shares and saves to bookmarks, everything, and we compare those numbers to our numbers last month. We don't compare those numbers between two different profiles of people from different industries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and one more question from me. I'd like to know, to what extent should people use AI tools to generate content? Since the feed on social media has become less interesting for me personally, and lastly, especially on LinkedIn, everyone is saying those uh, AI-ish type of words like "I'm thrilled to announce," "bridging the gap between," or and many other AI type of words. And yeah, to what extent and in which way should people use to build communities around their products?
I think it's really up to a person. I hate AI-ish look and feel of text because I'm originally an editor and I work with words, and I hate it when words sound robotic. So I think my way of dealing with AI is talking to whisper flow to turn the way I speak, to turn my speech into text. I don't use words like to delve into, I'm thrilled to announce, and so on. And when I'm talking, for example, about some event, I don't say, I'm thrilled to announce that I'll be at Founders uh, meeting in London. I say, I'm going to Founders Camp, and that's it. So maybe Whisper Flow may help with that enormously.
Mhm. All right, and that was the last question. And thank you so much, Mariana, for hitting our stage again and again every year. Very happy to see you here, and really hope to see you again in the next blockchain community conference. So yeah, thanks again.
Great seeing you. Thanks.
All right. And now we are proceeding to the next session. And after a very short break, something like 15-20 seconds, we'll be back after a very short transition. So please stay tuned. We are tuning in.